Human
other
Torch
red nether.
denied a bank loan. How now, brown cow?
Oh no. Welcome back to the Real Triathlon Podcast. We're all back. It's all four of us today. Nick loves the intro. I could tell by his face that this is the intro that we're going to stick with. He loved it. Let us know how much you love it.
Most people don't know it's me on guitar, though, so I'll have to put that out there.
Yeah, and it's Garrick on vocals, but he always mispronounces my last name.
Yeah, when I'm in...
they could only afford one recording in the studio, so it's stuck. It's there.
Okay, so we have 3 different recordings, actually. I didn't get any feedback from you guys on the other 2, so we played this one again, but they always pronounce Lisa's last name wrong. I've tried spelling it in multiple different ways, but it's always pronounced wrong. So, Lisa, I apologize, but your last name is just poorly
Lisa,
worded.
you're pronouncing your own last name wrong. Get it right.
It should just be Lisa Bet Your Ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lisa Bet Your Ass.
My old head cross country coach, he used to call me Bakaris, like a chicken.
That's harassment. Harassment. Are you gonna change your last name?
Not anytime soon.
Because that's annoying.
I've lived 35 years with it as Lisa Bakaris, and I feel like Lisa Pasevich it's not as cool. And I've heard it's such a pain in the ass to change like your whole life documents.
It
The
is
only
a
thing,
process.
the worst thing to change is your Sky Miles account. That's the worst part. They want your like birth certificate and shit.
I don't know. Pasevich kind of makes you sound like, like European, a little distinguished.
Yeah.
I bet you'd get more likes.
You think so? Maybe. Lisa Pasevich.
Yeah, especially if you like dyed your hair dark, you'd kind of look like you're Slovakian or something.
Not some like
Speaking of Slovakian,
European.
have you guys been watching the Winter Olympics? Pass or smash on that? I mean, I guess we can
Too
leave that
soon.
to the end.
Too soon.
But like that's the thing everyone's thinking about right now. Are you watching it? I watched the 1,000 meter speed skating today. That was freaking crazy. Olympic records going down.
I have been smashing some of the big, I think, is it big air, like big jump snowboarding? That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so cool, but why do they all do the same tricks? And I can't tell, like, the only thing I can tell if it's like good or bad is if like how if they stomp their landing.
Yeah, stomp the landing. That's my new company.
Can you imagine for a second if like your entire life of training and like getting everything lined up to nail the competition came down to 3 jumps and you can only make 1 mistake, basically. Like you got to nail 2 out of 3. So,
or
can you imagine?
Or figure skating. 15 years this chick waited to finally get there, and then she like crashes on the first triple switch up axle, and then that was it. But she still did great. But like, I think figure skating is probably the craziest thing that I really get, especially the duos with the men and women. The guys, I feel like, toss the women like they are like a bag of sand. They just like huck them across the ice, and the women are just like, they're like got to be cats and land exactly on their feet.
Well, and also, how do they not get like freaking like neck sliced with like blades in the air? That's what terrifies
That's happened.
me. I know, and that's so scary. But anyways, we I guess relatively we have a pretty safe sport. But also, did you guys watch the Super Bowl, like the world's biggest sporting event yesterday?
It was so weird. Like I was there when it happened. I was
USA
not watching
60
it,
and
but I
0
saw
in
like
World Championships.
what?
We're world champions
USA
again.
USA 60 and 0 in the World Championships for football.
Oh yeah, 60th Super Bowl. I get it. I get what you're saying now. Thanks for clarifying. But I was really underwhelmed with the Patriots, and I was talking to a couple guys at the game. As guys talk, we're like, what do you think the level of drama that is like scripted? I mean, let's just face it. At this level, with billions of dollars on the line, there was even like an NFL or an NBA documentary where players were like, yeah, for like 15 years, I would just like throw the game or win the game, like based off of who. Like, how much do you think that that's happening in current high level Super Bowl type games. Like all of a sudden they get really good or come. I was like waiting for the Patriots to be like, all right, boys, give them a chance to, because like they scored one touchdown after half. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, the game's got a chance. And then he threw a pick and it was over.
I mean, I feel like it happens more in other sports than football, I think. I think it's easier to script in other sports like basketball or something versus football. But also, it just wasn't that good of a game yesterday. Like it wasn't that
Yeah.
exciting. Let's just like kick field goals. Like I know it was like an amazing defensive game and whatnot, and like yay for defense, but like I like when there's lots of scoring and action.
Just
Um,
felt bad for that quarterback on the Patriots. I don't even know his name, but like just imagine
uh,
just
Drake May,
having
he's
such a
like
tough go.
20 or something.
Yeah,
Tough.
that was his first. This is his first full season, isn't it?
I think I don't know, but he went to University of North Carolina, so Steve's a fan. But I said we don't like the
Poor millionaire who underperformed and is tens of millions of dollar contract, and he was only the second best team in the league of the year.
I don't know. Like, imagine if you were going to T100 and you were getting paid 10 million bucks to just show up and like you get a flat tire right away and you're like, that's it, I'm done. Like, I don't really get to even compete. Like, I feel like the boy didn't even get a chance to compete. His offensive line was just collapsing around him.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
You
6
gotta
sacks
still be
or something
human
like
even
that.
when you're mega rich.
More money, more problems. Don't you know that?
Yeah, true. What's the theme of today's episode? Do we have one? Like, what? Are
Yeah,
we doing?
I made the theme. Riding the TT bike is really hard because I've just been committed for the last couple weeks only on the TT bike, and like my power transfer from road bike at camp to now riding on the TT bike, I feel like I've never ridden a bike at power before. I don't even know how to do it anymore. It's
Gotta be a
demoralizing.
beast. Like
I can
you're a beast time trialist, and you will get her back. So what? You've been doing all your intervals aero, making sure to freaking just tough it out, or have you been messing with your position? How you been handling it?
I've committed to not messing with my position on the seat height or anything seat related. The only stuff I've been lightly adjusting is like where my hands are on that new cockpit, that Tetsuo cockpit, I gotta say, for as basic as it is, it's really good. Like the wrist you can change the wrist angle really nicely. The angle's great, and then like I run a really narrow elbow, so it just is more comfortable than what I had before. Anyways, that's all I've been messing with, and it's just like the pedal power transfer, like where you start to initiate over the top of the pedal stroke after coming from a road bike from like the last 3 or 4 months with all my hip stuff. Like it just feels so foreign to recruit so much more of my glute medius and my hamstring and everything to put that power down and where to feel it on my foot. So it's just been like a mind smash. It's not been fun for me, but I'm committed.
I can also relate that riding the TT bike has been so hard. I feel like I've been uncomfortable for like 6 or 8 months on a TT bike. But I'm doing little by little where if I'm doing an interval, I'm like, okay, you have to stay in the bars for the first 5 minutes and then you can come out. And then that's like, and hopefully that ratio will shift eventually. But I am in desperate need of a bike fit. That is for sure.
Yeah. Do it.
but-
It's a good time of year to do it.
Yeah, once I get my new cockpit set up, I'll head on over and hopefully.
So how's
ride all
the foot? What's the deal there? Any updates?
Did you guys talk about it last time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the no real updates other than it's like a freaking pain in the ass to be injured. I
Why
put
did
this
you get
on the
injured?
No, I don't know, because I trail ran too much in poor shoes or some bullshit, something that I did. But so for 3 weeks straight, I'm going to my physical therapist 2 times a week, and he's 70 minutes away without traffic. And I'm going to see him for 30 minutes, so it's not that long to get EMTT, so like electromagnetic, whatever, and concentrated shockwave, like on the bone, just to help stimulate osteoblasts. But it's like, so that's like an extra 6 to 7 hours a week, like gone immediately, for 3 weeks.
That's
so
a good TSS.
yeah, I know. And just like driving, I don't understand how people commute, Garrick. Like,
I was gonna say 70 minutes. That's my drive every day, both ways. Yeah, literally audiobooks, podcasts. Yeah, anything, a long form discussion that you can listen to. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the drive. I just mind losing like that many hours of my day, and then I'm like running around like a crazy person for
It's
the next.
terrible.
Yeah.
You're like, where'd all my time go? And you're like, oh yeah, because I spent 3 hours in the car.
Yeah. You're like, I could be at like what you could do for those 3 hours is crazy. And I put this on the document. I want to talk about the cost of an injury. And there's like very big ranges of cost of an injury, but every injury has some sort of financial cost to it. Whether it's like as big as like getting a surgery, like when Nicole just got her hip surgery, like that has a really big financial cost. And then you have the cost of you're losing, months and months of time training and opportunity to compete. So, you're losing potential income there. For my injury, like I paid out $450 out of pocket for an MRI. That was my choice because we weren't gonna.
Cheap.
I know and it's quick because you can get in and get out. And then every 6 PT appointments on top of that adds up. Gas on top of that. So at the end of the day, you're looking at like maybe $1,500 for this like specific injury.
You want to know a secret?
What's the secret?
You got to network better.
This is my networking.
I don't have to pay for any of that shit.
Yeah, it only takes like 800 hours a week of work and coaching and meeting people. Yeah, but that's how you network it.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah. You got to network. You got to get in with these people who want to take care of you.
You got to coach highly successful people with large
My
incomes.
PT doesn't want any more athletes. He doesn't want any more clients. He's like fully booked. And he's the freaking best. So I would, and I don't know. Well, I already feel like I have like direct access to my PT and my doctor, which is great. You feel like you just shoot him a text message and be like, SOS, help, I'm injured. And they're like, great, let's get you in.
You said $1,500. Hopefully this one doesn't cost you anything in terms of race income and whatnot. Obviously there's a huge range. Like I got my shoulder one, wasn't that much in the end in terms of straight up cost because I did have insurance to cover a lot of it, but I missed basically like 4 races or something at the end of the year, which are, I mean, the end of the 2019 season, it wasn't, the level wasn't at what it's at now in terms of depth and stuff. Like I probably likely would have podiumed at all those races, made a lot more money. Like that probably cost me like tens of thousands, I would say. But there's like, it can be worse. Like there's people miss entire years. It's like gone.
Or have like heart arrhythmias just randomly flare up and then you're down for a couple of weeks. Like what I've noticed right now is going on is like whatever's happening with people getting sick, like it is a nasty level of sick. My kids and wife went to Disney World, which I was clearly against from the beginning. And I got to say, I told you so. They were sick they're still sick. Like Amy got better for 2 days and then like started throwing up randomly. Tyler has not left the bed and just demands food and every sustenance. And I'm like, get up, get outside and breathe some like sick people. If you're not willing to take care of yourself after a certain point, I just want to throw you out there into the world.
I am done with sick. There's no more sick.
Yeah, is your parasite
disaster? I think so. I mean, I took the 7 days of 3 times a day poisoning myself to get rid of it. It's brutal. It literally feels like poisoning yourself. Like you feel kind of okay, then you take the meds, and then like your body just feels like on edge and like low energy. It just zapped my energy for a week. And then my last pill I took before bed last night, and then probably gets out of my system by the morning. And then today I felt back to normal. And okay, sure, probably some of it's placebo, but it definitely got rid of the parasite, or at least knocked it down so much that I don't have symptoms from it anymore, really. I mean, my gut bacteria is obviously messed up, so I'm probably still feeling a little bit of that, but I can at least eat and then train a couple hours later and not feel horrible. And so that's like really important. But
what's your papaya intake?
0, dude. You've tried finding a freaking half decent papaya up here. It's brutal.
Yeah, but it's probably $15.
It would be. But do you think I should get retested just to see if Because the parasites can go like way down low in numbers and not be gone, and then they can like build back up again. Like
Well, I
maybe
mean,
I should just check.
if all you got to do is poop in a thing and send it in for a couple bucks, it's worth it. You poop anyways.
Yeah, I don't have to add that to the schedule.
Yeah. So I think the cost of an injury is obviously terrible with the expenses, but I feel like this time of the year, the amount of athletes that I have coached who are sick and down for like a week and a half, and then takes another week and a half to build your stamina and everything back because your CNS and your just autoimmune system is raped. Like, I feel like getting sick is almost just as shitty on the comeback scale.
Yeah.
It can
And
be.
it's crazy because Steve has been sick like essentially for like a month with like 3 different things. And right now he's like going through some flu thing. So I'm like just counting down the days until I get it.
You won't. Just drink
know.
tequila every night. A little shot. I swear.
But it's like it's when your career is dependent on like your health and your body to like perform at this like crazy elite level, it's stressful because each setback you're like, oh well, there it goes. But I think the most important thing is to not like stress about each setback and just kind of like take it in stride and be like, all right, it is what it is. Like, let's do our best to like not have these things happen in the future, but like it's the challenge right now. Like, how can I best overcome it? And things like focusing on like what you can do versus like, woe is me.
Sick is a mindset. I'm telling you. Like, you can get sick and then you can just like sleep it off, have a fever, and next day you're good. You just got it. It's a mindset. I promise.
All right. You heard it here first from Dr. Nick.
I want to talk about something else because I had a thought today and I immediately text our coach, Jackson James, afterwards. Because, when your coaches prescribe you the type of training that they think you need, where you typically are in the time of the season versus what you're getting the feedback through the sessions, like, I think that's important for an athlete to put their hand up and say, hey, I can tell I am weak at this, but I'm strong at this. Like, I know for the last 6 months, like my zone 2, everything has been pretty awesome. And when I ride to like, sub threshold, it's still strong. But when I go above threshold, like I just get absolutely smacked and I'm just a puddle of emotional whiplash of feeling like I can't do anything anymore. So I think that's what the point of this little tangent is, or side quest, is when do you know? Like for me, it's anytime I get above a certain level of power that everything feels like worse. I know I need more of it, but I need smaller doses of it more frequently rather than like like he gave me 5 minutes, I think today after a 12-minuter. You probably had something similar. And like that 5-minuter, I just could not even, like I was gassed. I had like 150 beats per minute, felt like 190. I didn't have the stamina to push that really high torque and high value number for 5 minutes. So I tried it for 3 of them. And the last one, I just broke it up into like 45-second and then rested it and then did 5 of those. But that's where I think you've got to put your hand up and say, hey, I am not able to hit these numbers routinely and it feels way more difficult than it should. And you should have that conversation with your coach and adjust. That's a smart athlete thing to do. Anyone else think about that?
I think as an athlete, like constantly just like updating your coach, not giving them huge, massive paragraphs, but if you just add in some notes after a workout, they should be able to kind of identify that trend based on the data and then what you're writing in there or how you're feeling based on the workouts that they're prescribing. And then obviously after a race, you can debrief and stuff like that. But yeah, I do think that's important. But those are trends that I try to notice with my athletes and obviously among myself.
Are you retired, by the way?
Just tired.
Oh, not retarded.
He's gotta prepare for a baby.
Yeah. Wait, when is your child expectation range?
Baby
the child is coming. Yeah. The due date is July 17th. But I have a race March 7th. I got a 3K.
I hope it's the 18th because that's my birthday, dog.
Yeah, that's what they talked about in the last podcast.
Yeah.
You got to name them Race, Chase, or Chad, middle name or something. Alexander.
Lisa. It's already gonna be Lisa because it's a girly.
It's a girl, right? So
Nicole.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Nicholas at racechase.com.
No, it's Nico. Okay. Anyways, Garrett
Yes,
cuts off.
I gotta jump in on that. The training comment. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that, Nick. 100%. Like the athlete cannot, especially at our level. Like obviously, if you're coaching someone who's like pretty new in the sport, it might fall more on the coach to be like, oh, I've noticed you're overperforming on these parts, underperforming here, or whatever, a little bit more. But especially at our level, it gets, oh man, 105% thresholds are just killing me. Like I need to do them in shorter bursts or what have you. Like for me on the swim, I feel like, yeah, it's tough. Like when I'm coming off anything, we've talked about this like last week, but anytime I'm coming off some kind of something feeling not great, like an illness or whatever, my swim is just like complete dog shit. And my bike comes back like that, and my run comes back pretty good. And then with the swim, I find it so hard to like go at those max efforts. Like I feel like I need to build my way into the like for the first few weeks of a build back where it's like, okay, build your paces up, and if you're doing like faster paces, you can't go max because you just can't keep it together. So like that's a thing that I need to be like, all right, look, I can't necessarily go all these 50s max effort. I'd be better off doing a little bit less than max and then working my way up to it. But did you have 4 rounds of that workout, Nick? That 12 and 5?
I only had 3 rounds, but
Three.
I kind of
Yeah, me
I
too.
changed it to where I just did all the 12-minuters in sequence, and then I did at the end I did the 5-minuters in sequence because I knew I wasn't going to be able to push anything else above the 12-minute power. So I was like, I'm going to wait till the end, hopefully get some more fuel and see if I can come around. And I also did them on like 8 to 10% grades, so I was guaranteeing that I would get the power in aero.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's probably a good way. I mean, I would think to put them at the beginning, technically you might be able to. Like there's multiple ways to do things, right? Like the one way you could do it is and it sounds like you're trying to do it as I want to hit the numbers and I'm going to do anything I can to hit the numbers in that duration. The other way to do it is to just do 5 minutes of whatever the best you got is, but I think the way you're doing it is better, because how are you going to get up to the 370s if you're stuck at 330s or whatever the numbers are? But yeah, I'm on board with that. What do you think, Lisa? What happens when you can't hit a certain parts of your sessions consistently?
I just cry.
I about cried. I feel you.
Well, what Matt does, and it makes me so mad, I told him he had to stop, is if I like quote unquote like fail a workout, it like
Oh, he just
shows
gives
up,
it to you for the next workout?
it shows up for next week, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I need like some like distance from this workout. Like give it to me in a month. But I think it's just, I think I kind of like question like why can't I hit the numbers? Like are the numbers inappropriate for like where my fitness is? Am I just tired? Did I not eat enough? Like how is my feeling? So I kind of go through those boxes. And then kind of usually it's obviously one of those 3. Like you're too tired, you didn't fuel, or like your fitness isn't there. And if my fitness isn't there, I usually like send a frustrated message or comment, and I'm like, I can't hit these numbers. I'm not that fit. And then I usually get a somewhat dumbed down workout the next time, because I do think that like building confidence in training is really important. And so I know some people like these like like workouts that like you fail occasionally. And I'm not like that big of a person, or I don't buy into that very much. Like I don't and I think also part of it has to do with living at altitude, because I think it is so much harder to recover up here. I think if you are at altitude and you are failing, like going to these like failure points where like you can't hit the next rep at that, I think you're just digging a deeper hole. I think if at sea level, you can get away with it a little bit more.
That makes sense. I think today too, I was like, I didn't sleep well last night. I normally sleep pretty good. I had 2 margaritas last night. But the difference, I think, and this is something to take away, and we can switch the topic afterwards if we want. If your heart rate is like I was doing the 315 to 320 12-minuters at like 130 beats per minute, and it felt pretty okay. But then the second I stepped up to like 370 to 400 on those 5-minuters, I was like at 150 something beats per minute. And it felt like I was just dying. Like lungs were not working. Like I think my body was just absolutely dealing with some fatigue as well. And so I wasn't like doom and gloom, I'm not fit enough. I just know on the day, also 5 minutes was just probably too much for the level of fatigue I had. And also like in the future, I know that I'm still feeling weak at those power numbers because like at Oceanside, we're going to be climbing those first few hills over 400 watts. And if I can't even do it during training right now, then I'm like, we got to step it up in smaller doses so I can then manage that confidence. So that's really a good outtake, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach. Like do it for like maybe 2 minutes, and then the next week or the next time you do a workout, that like bump it up to 3 or 4.
Yeah. And it's on the TT bike where I'm like still getting used to that position and power profile. So it's probably like a myriad of things or plethora of things.
Cornucopia.
A cornucopia.
Yeah. No, I like that. And you know what? I think the higher numbers, like I always find myself, if I'm just like feeling a bit off or whatever, it's the higher intensities that feel harder to get to rather than the longer efforts. Even if the longer efforts are for a way longer period of time and the power's not that much lower, it still somehow comes back quicker. So yeah, you need to be on it for those. And that's also on you. Why the fuck did you go have 2 margaritas last night? Like, you got your hard session. You got your hard session the next day. You're trying to get your, whatever, Super Bowl. Trying to get your high end in.
Also, I waited until midday. I swam first. I had a great swim. And so like I was feeling good. It's just like the bike legs just aren't really clicking it, I think. And also there's probably some just general fatigue from that heart rate stuff. And, whether I'm actually sick, like I just don't acknowledge if I'm ever sick because I think that's dumb. I don't get sick.
Bad approach to take.
Yeah,
I don't get sick.
I don't know. So here's last thing on this specific bike workout because I find it interesting. For another way to do this for people, if like it's feeling daunting to hit a certain amount of length and efforts, instead of doing 3 by 5 minutes, just be like, okay, so the goal is 15 minutes of work at 105% of FTP, and just get that 15 minutes in however you want. Maybe you hit a 5-minuter first, and then you're like, oh, that was really hard. I got to do a 3-minuter next, and then another 3, and then a 2, and then a 1, and then a 1, and then a 1, until you get to 15. And then you're still, because it sounds like it's the torque on the legs that's causing your body to freak out over that time period. Because if your heart rate's only 130s at 50 watts lower, you're able to do the 370. You just need to get your body to accept it in a bit of a different way.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect synopsis and way to wrap that up for sure.
Thank you. Okay, next, who wants to jump on
triathlon broadcast improvements in 2026? Whose topic was that?
So I dropped that in there. I thought we were going to skip it, but there was another triathlon podcast this week that put out a title that had to do with like, is triathlon unbroadcastable? I didn't get a chance to, I can't even remember what podcast it was. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. But it kind of, looking at it, kind of got me thinking, is it kind of maybe not unbroadcastable, but do we need to accept that this sport's a tough watch?
I've been saying that for friggin' years, boys and girls.
Like maybe
that's okay. Lisa's one of the boys.
Maybe trying to sell like a classic triathlon, especially long course, in its current form is going to be hard for outside people. Maybe we do kind of have it right where get people into the sport and then get them interested in the broadcast, as opposed to getting them interested in the just non-triathletes, getting them interested in the broadcast.
Well, most people who are like even spectating a race are just family members. No one's out there like, oh, boys, I live 3 hours away from Oceanside. Like there's probably like 10% of the population ever who's going to be like, I got to go watch the Oceanside. I'm not a competitor. I don't even care about triathlon, but there's a race. I'm going to go watch. Like that doesn't happen. It's just people who are affiliated with the sport. It's like we're cannibalizing the viewers and the family members and the sponsors. Like everybody who pays to be in the part of this sport is part of this sport on every level. Like it's not that huge.
And everyone always points out like, oh, well, we have, people watch the Tour de France. Tour de France is the most watched sporting event in the world and stuff. And I'm like, we kind of have our Tour de France. We just have it on a very remote island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And people do watch it. We make a 1-hour video of it and people watch it. And that might be the most digestible way to watch it.
I do think that, so Iron Man does this a little bit where like when you're on the broadcast, they'll like shift off to like an interview like that they pre-filmed with somebody.
The fighting
but I-
chance, even.
Yeah, like, or the fighting chance where like you can still, it's like split screen so you can watch the race on one side, but like they're just riding the bike and no big moves have changed and whatnot, and like talk about someone's story. But I think if they lean into that, like in the Olympics, they do a good job usually of like, oh, this person grew up here and they're part of this club, and they kind of give a little bit more background to it. So I think if they just do a little bit more research and work and put some into some more like B-roll to have during the race, that could be, I don't know, a little bit better.
Well, they
For
also
7 hours, though.
they miss 80% of what's happening at all times. They miss all the passes or any drama. Like, there's just not enough coverage of what's happening. The peloton for Tour de France is all consolidated usually, and they've got 2 or 3 cameras focused on these groups. With Ironman, they've got like 2 cameras total, one for the men, one for the women, and they're like, we're only going to focus on like 3 people the whole 17 hours of this thing. Whatever it
I
is.
think the one thing that sometimes frustrates me about even the T100 broadcast, which is very good, and if the Ironman broadcast could get to the T100 level, that'd be unreal, but I don't even think it needs to be that much invested in it. But what happens is you see, like, we as fans of the sport will always have like the tracker open to see what's going on, and there's always stories going on in the race that they're not catching in the broadcast. And it's not that the people doing the show don't also know how to look for those stories. It's that they're too busy. Like, they've got a lot of stuff going on already, and they're just looking at what's right in front of them. They just need a director or someone who's kind of feeding them these stories as they go. Like, oh, this is a developing story. Danielle Lewis has moved up this many places, or Trevor Foley's done this, or whatever. And like, watch for this. Like, we're expecting someone to move their way up. They often miss those things.
Yeah.
Or the person who's randomly there who's like not been at that position before that we might see. Like, I just think that there's another job that could be given to someone of like, your job is to find what the stories are, and so we can have something else to talk about other than like, oh, here's Taylor Knibb 15 minutes off the front, and like, we're just going to keep talking about how great she is. Like, at least throw something else in there, even if it's not on the screen. Like, you can still talk about it.
You could even like focus on the sponsors of the athletes who are like the Tour de France will focus up on like a wheel set or like a Garmin or whatever. Like, there's trying to hook up anybody who's on camera to give them screen time because they know the value of that to their sponsors. Like Ironman, if they were more of a share the wealth type of company on that level, they would be supporting every athlete out there and getting them to support all the brands that are participating. And I think that's the biggest downfall of the whole broadcast in general, is like Ironman has such a gridlock on who's allowed to be spoken about during this race. Like, maybe only 10 people in the whole race on the pro field are wearing like a Roka wetsuit, but like, that's the only advertisement you see. There's not like athletes talking about anything. So it just feels like the ecosystem of Ironman, with having to support and take in their money and represent their brands, really doesn't focus any part of it on the athlete or who they are as like what they've built their career on, the brands that support them. Like, they don't do as good of a job there, in my opinion. Go ahead, Lisa. Lisa, were you going to say something?
Sorry, my dog is just, Gianna Pup has been like whining, and she's usually not whining, so I'm scared she's gonna like poop all over the carpet, or she has diarrhea.
It's an owner problem.
You can poop it up. You can pick it up after.
Yeah.
No,
Let
because
it
she always does
marinate.
it on the carpet.
The
And
marinate.
she has, but if she does, she'll usually come and like really whine on me. So hopefully that's the case. Yeah, it's interesting, and hopefully we can get Scott Deroux on the podcast, and these are some things that we can also ask him, like what's the like strategic, strategy behind brands, and how much are those brands actually like funding like the Ironman operation? Because obviously like, they look for like title sponsors and things like that, but like how much of it actually makes the production run versus entries and of the other kind of like components they have around Ironman races.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the budgets and then everything that gets paid for through whatever intake form. So that'd be a good question. And you're in charge of bringing them on. And we already
I
gave the
know
question.
I'm working with his assistant. Just waiting on the date.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good one. What's next? Should we talk about who's hiding their power on Strava and their Garrick? This is a Garrick thing, I bet.
No,
Lisa
Lisa dropped this one.
Lisa. Oh, okay. Hit us, Lisa.
No, because I've started as of yesterday. I've decided I'm hiding my power on Strava.
Okay.
Done.
Back it up.
I'm done sharing. I'm done people up in my business. For
Who's
people
been up in
not
your business?
nobody, but like for people not reciprocating, like I'm over it. If you
Who's
want
not
to
been
know,
sharing? Who do you think should be sharing that isn't sharing?
well, all the top girls, I want to know, and they don't. So like I'm over it. They probably are not looking at mine, but
Sure they are. Lisa,
maybe.
if I was a female, I would for sure. You're one of the top producers on the bike.
I mean, but like, how often do you guys look at your competitors' powers on Strava?
Never.
Not
Never.
once.
Because they don't post it.
Okay, well there you go. But if they did post it, would you be looking at it?
Yeah. I'd be like,
maybe,
damn.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
I don't really. I try to not give a shit about what other people are doing because I know that what I'm doing is so much worse in training, like that that it's just not gonna help. Like I always race my best when I just do my own thing and like train my best and get into good shape and then go race and just like believe that it'll be good enough.
You race your best when you've got like 3 things that are just in chaos race week. Like your neck will be stuck in a position that's not equipped for anything. And you'll have a wheel that's brakes rubbing. We have to re-engineer the braking system. And then like some little bolt will snap and we've got to go run to 3 hardware stores. So as long as you got some chaos, you're going to race great.
Well, what you're saying is like I'm really good at dealing with adversity.
Yeah. And not focusing on the race or anything that goes into it, which is great. It takes your mind off all that. And you're like, fuck it. I guess I'm here. Let's race. I wasn't supposed to based off of my condition.
That Gulf Coast one was the one you're talking about with the neck.
Yeah. Like
It
he's
definitely-
running these like he's stuck on once. I can't even turn his head.
Yeah, I slipped a disc or something and my neck just like locked up and I couldn't like lift my head. I still got third though. It was
I
pretty good.
know that was awesome.
That's epic.
I think Strava though, as endurance athletes, like this is our community. This is how we grow the community. We bring other people in. It's that, we're nice on Strava. We share stuff. We welcome people in. I will say,
Strava?
Lisa, I think being an elite like pro athlete, like you're in the top echelons of not just the sport but also in the pro field. And I think it's totally acceptable that you hide your power. But I would caution you that maybe you should still stay active on Strava and still like post with people. What I don't understand is when the like people who are just like are like hide all their stuff on Strava and they're not high performing athletes, but it's because they're so concerned what other people are looking at them and they want to hide their training because they're doing something so secretive. And I'm like, dude, nobody cares that you finished 20th at freaking Chattanooga. No one cares. Like no one's looking at your training. Relax, you're not doing anything secret. Like it's fine.
There is a certain type of personality in this sport who does thrive off of like negging stuff and like just living in that environment of like, this person, whatever, like I stalk all my competition and like know everything. Like there's plenty of athletes I've coached who are like that. And I'm like, maybe you should chill out and just try to enjoy the actual lifestyle and stop being so like ornery about what other people are doing. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that though, Garrick, I will say I'm not like active on Strava. Everything I do goes on to Strava, but I rarely like title
Who needs to mute their phone before I read
Jackson.
through?
I'm trying to figure out how to do it right now. Options though, here we go.
You get a new phone. It's that little button on the top left. You got to hold it down.
No, but it's like linked to my computer. If I just turn
Put
the
your
Bluetooth
phone
off,
into do not disturb.
yeah. Swipe
We
down.
can't hear it when on your computer. We can only hear the phone.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
All right.
Lisa.
But I was just gonna say, I share everything on Strava, like, but I'm not that active on it. Like, people will comment on it. Actually, somebody commented on like my elliptical the other day because I haven't said anything about like my foot injury on Instagram, and they're like, "Are you injured?" And I said, "You have to listen to the Real Triathlon podcast if you want to
Nice.
find out the goods." Like, and I think I might just keep it on that. Like, maybe I won't post anything about like this foot thing.
I just
And
need to hire somebody to make random titles for my workouts because, like, if I have one more morning ride or afternoon swim or some shit, like, I'm just gonna lose it.
Is there not an app for that?
I don't
there is
know.
an app for it, but I don't like those because I'm like, this is
Yeah,
weird.
they're weird. They're always weird titles.
I want it to be like, was gonna train, had to poop, had a good session, like some random assortment of things that don't go together in my Strava.
I like the showing your number. I just don't really understand how someone's gonna gain an advantage by seeing your numbers. And I guess maybe if they follow you closely and they know and they can track your fitness compared to other times, and then they can be like, "Ooh, Christian's in 1% worse fitness than he was before the race last year," or something.
I don't.
But I just don't know if any of that shit's accurate enough, anyways. And like,
And race day is mental in a lot of ways. Like, you can pull a rabbit out of your ass on race day if you're sometimes willing to give her.
Well, I think more so from like a not like a, oh, where are they at right now type of standpoint, but more of like what's something to strive for. Like this top athlete, this is like the type of power that they push.
Yeah,
And
but they're like 30 more pounds than you, so you're like, it's
but
irrelevant.
if you relatively know
Yeah.
how much they weigh and their size, and you know what that would equate to you, I think it's like would be cool. Be like, oh, Taylor Nibb, she pushes 270 watts like in Oceanside. Like, wow, I'm still 30 watts less than that. Like, and obviously I know it's size, power meters read differently, people ride different all the things like that, but I think it is something to like strive for.
I think for me, my favorite part of Strava, and this is the only reason I use it, is because local things about segments. That's fun for me, especially since St. George has got a prominent area of really good cyclists who come here. Some of them are elite road cyclists. Like, that's why the King of the Mountain hunting is just, it's a fun challenge and it's a way to test yourself. And it's like over 5 to 10 years of living someplace, you can see all of your results. So that's the best part about Strava, in my opinion.
I like when people share it. It just doesn't feel fully transparent when you don't. It doesn't mean you're hiding something or cheating. That's like in any way. I like being fully open about everything, and I don't really feel like there's any other way I'd want to do it. So I don't really understand why other people don't. But most people aren't at the top level, so whatever. Like, obviously they can do what they want, and I'll just keep sharing my mediocre workouts and not scaring anyone, and then showing up and people are like, how the fuck does this scrub beat me every time? Like,
He's got a beard.
I think it's just, I also think a lot of people hide their stuff from Strava from like, just because they're being pretentious about it.
Yeah, some people have that's the arrogance thing I'm telling you about. People
Yeah.
just think like, Strava.
all right, that's Strava. So
All right, let's move on. We're 45 minutes into this, so let's move
hit
on
the next seg.
to
I couldn't tell if it was like
right.
a Mexican guy or a country guy, the first couple of words.
Mexican country.
Yeah, it's a thing.
what we like.
Pass or smash. So Nick, I'm pretty sure you put this first one in. So you go ahead. You start us off here, bud.
Pass or smash. The topics are riveting. The opinions are terrible. Papaya. Pass or smash.
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 Wow.
yeah, everyone in here, thank goodness.
Wow, what a win. Okay. All right. Next one. You've all probably thought about it. Maybe you haven't done it. Snot rockets while on the trainer. Smash.
Pass.
Two.
Hard pass.
That's why you got a towel on the ground right next to you. Just hit
You
the
just
towel.
have a towel beside you and you just wipe your nose.
I have
No way, man.
I have a box of. I always have tissues next to me.
Tissues.
You guys obviously remember Lauren Nelson. He used to sometimes spit on the ground, and it would drive me nuts. And it was
That's
like a
even
rubber
gross.
She was your
floor.
roommate too, right?
Yeah, he lived with me for a while. And we trained together, and it was like a rubber workout floor, and like you could just wipe it up later or whatever. It doesn't matter. But there's something about being like, oh God, I just
Well, it's
couldn't
your
deal with
floor.
it.
Like you can spit on your floor. Somebody else, I would never do that to somebody else's floor. If I had to on my floor, I might, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm a pass on that one. For
Well, here, I will put some context real quick because in Mexico, when I'm in the humidity, like my nose is always pretty great, doesn't run much. But in this dry, cold climate, sometimes my nose just be running and it's just like water. And sometimes I just gotta hit the sprinkler on it. Just quick little blow out the nozzle.
But just do it in a towel. Like,
Sometimes I'll do that, but sometimes during an interval, I'm like, I'm pitted, man. I'm gonna get that out.
I'm not like a good snot rocketer because I don't hold the nostril and do it. I just fill out both nostrils and then
You've
just
got
goes
little
all
nostrils,
over.
anyways.
Yeah.
You've got little
I
dainty
know.
nostrils. I got big old garden hoses.
I know. I think I'd be a better athlete if my nose was bigger.
All
I
right,
think there's like a correlation.
next one: pass or smash, snow.
Ooh,
You know,
Pass.
Pass.
I'm gonna say smash to be contrarian, but I will say the thing that sucks around here is that you can't do anything with the snow. There's no fun activities. There's no fun snow activities around here. But there are a lot
Yeah.
of fun snow activities. Lisa lives in a great fun snow activity area if she drives like a couple hours.
They haven't had
Yeah,
snow though.
Yeah, this is true for this year. But I do think that like once I'm like post this professional triathlon little side gig thing, that I will be into more snow sports and excited about it. But right now I'm like, what an inconvenience.
Yeah, like I'd love to whip out the snowmobile to go cross country skiing, go downhill skiing, go snowboarding. Like I love all that stuff, but I can't do it around here.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get
You
cold
gotta-
enough to skate on the ponds.
really? This winter is not cold enough to stay on the pond.
Yeah, this winter, like this week has been, but that's so rare. Like we never get this.
We've had a freaking like average of -20. It's been insane. It's been.
Every
I've
time I
run
look
home.
at the map,
I've run home from the pool like a couple times a week, except last week when I was feeling like crap. And it's been like 6 times now I've done it. Every time it's been a minimum of -10. Like that's been the warmest. Was minus.
What's that in American?
Like 10 degrees.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It's a little lower than that, but yeah, it's about
is
that.
it? Oh, it's cold.
well,
Anyways, I'll pass the snow because freaking spring can't come soon enough. Tying your
Right.
shoes. What?
tying
Who
your
put this on?
shoes, pass or smash.
What do you mean pass? You can't just pass.
You have Velcro? You wear
Yeah, like
Velcro
okay,
shoes?
so here are the other options. Elastic laces. I have those in all my shoes now. Not the thick ones, but like the flat elastic laces. How many times do you feel like you want to bend over in your life and tie a shoe for real?
Did you seriously just optimize like 3 seconds of each day by by elasticing your shoes?
Well, normally
so
my
you don't have
hands
to
are
tie them?
full and I got to get someplace quick and I'm like, slide them on or Velcro them quick. Like, come
I
on.
I
just-
guess
that's
Nick
where you
is a
went-
pass on tying.
I only tie my running shoes.
Same. Well, most-
Like
some of them.
any shoe I'm wearing during the day is like tied loose enough to the point where it stays tied, but I can slip it on. So that's my work shoes and just like my everyday shoes. And then
So pass, obviously.
yeah, I'm like
That's a pass. You're choosing not to.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
pass.
it's a pass.
I guess I'm a smash because I tie my shoes.
Dumb.
I'm also a smash, but real side tangent. When you do have to tie your shoes, are you a loop, swoop, and pull person or a bunny ears?
Bunny ears. Well, they both make bunny ears.
No, she's talking
No.
about like how the 6-year-olds do it, where they have the 2 bunny ears and they wrap them instead of just the loop and then making the bunny ears.
I think
on
I
there.
do the 2 bunny ears.
I do too, with the 6-year-olds.
My kids tie their shoes in a way I don't understand. It's like 17 ways wrong, and then they finally get it. I'm like, who taught you that? Look at my wife. I'm like, you screwed this up big time. Can't spell words right. They don't know how to tie their shoes properly.
Yeah.
London calls Max Verstappen Match Verstappen. Like she can't say words that are, and she's about to be 16. Our Christmas gifting was based off
That's a
of
hard
them
one, though.
completing a spelling bee, and they failed it terribly. They were awful. Anyways, that's a side quest.
Too much
All
Utah
right,
slang.
another pass or smash. Installing your own tubeless tires.
freaking pass that shit so hard. I hate tubeless. I hate tubeless so much. I don't even think about doing it. I'm just like, I'm bringing it to the shop. They're good at it. They charge me $40 a wheel. Done.
Oh.
Get me out of here.
$40 a wheel?
That's
$40 total,
robbery.
maybe? $40. It's Canadian. That's like 25 US.
Still,
Okay.
though, like you could buy sealant for like $30 and have it for like a while, and then I don't know, it's pretty cheap process.
You need to like those air compressor things, and then you have to like ruin your thumbs and fingers.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know,
bake.
Nick.
You have to
Some
get.
of us are
tunnel.
busy. Some of us are busy and do things.
I've installed my own a bunch of times. I've never used an air compressor. I always just hammer it on the pump.
Yeah.
That barely works ever.
They go decently on the I will say on the Envies you usually don't need a compressor. I have done it. I do it here and there when I need to. It's just I don't.
You want to know the hack that I've found, because I have also a high flow compressor, and I also have a high flow mountain bike, like whatever power pump. You just pump it up and then blow it all off at like 160. You remember that big blue giant CO2 that you can refill and pump it up?
We have that in our garage.
That thing is great for sealing because it's a continuous stream of over 160 psi. It's not just a quick, just one and done. That's the only thing that has saved me after like many minutes of being really pissed off. So get one of those big blue refillable CO2 ones off Amazon and just be careful.
Just
But it's a
support your
serious
local
thing.
bike shop. Take your wheels to the
Yeah,
bike
I will
shop.
say
support the local.
it is nice when you can just drop it off and whatever you pay,
Just
Jackson,
magically gets
$40 and it just gets done and it gets done right the first time. That is nice.
But you don't know how much sealant they're putting in there. They could be really fucking you.
Yeah, if you trust
Say
them.
1 ounce only.
Yeah,
Or whatever,
on race
wheels.
wheels for sure. Training wheels, I'll put like 2.5 to 3 ounces in there.
I've never asked how much they put.
Who's live in Utah? The freaking Goat Head Central.
Yeah, but
wait,
no,
no.
you got to say pass or smash.
Oh, I said pass.
Pass.
I smash it. I like doing it.
Yeah, I say smash knowing how to do it and being able to do it, just in case
Yeah.
you need to do it.
Oh, okay.
All right. The last one is saying the word bruh.
Smash.
Smash.
Bruh, total smash.
Bruh.
Bruh. I'll smash that. By the way, oh wait, Lisa, you say? And then
I was gonna
gotta
say I don't think I've ever said brah. I said like bro, so I probably pass it. But maybe I'll start and be like Garrick brah, Nick brah.
So
Jackson,
today I was
brah.
watching the Olympic, the big air competition and the Canadian broadcast, and one of the commentators made a Trailer Park Boys reference, and it was like my best moment ever watching. He
I
was
will
like-
say,
he said something wrong or something, and then he's like, the other commentator commented on it, and he's like, well, I only got my grade 10.
That's good. I always say this to Amy. I'm like, make my words. I'll say make my words. All right. Next
but
segment.
watching the Olympics, guys, if you like, as bad as CBC is for everything, the Olympic coverage is so much better than NBC.
Yeah. Honestly, the CBC Olympic coverage being free is really sick. I would definitely pay for it, 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's free. You can watch every event. The commentators are pretty good. The figure skating commentator is pretty biased, but most of them are pretty good.
Oh yeah,
She hates the Americans.
I
She's
know.
like, she's like, I don't see how the Americans are going to be better than Canada here. And it's like, that was clearly way better.
the guy does a
much
backflip.
Yeah.
Like 8 triple quads. Yeah.
Anyway, but other than honestly, it is very good. I love it. I love watching it. I haven't watched NBC. Garrick, what is it? Just the.
It's like
What is it about it?
It's almost like they miss every event. They're like, oh yeah, this happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, well, we'll take you to the medal ceremony for this. Like when you watch their coverage, you don't watch any events. It's just like, oh, this happened and this happened. But when
I
you watch on
also want,
CBC,
like,
they always take you to like at the right moment. They take you to it when it's happening. You follow it. They like stay on something long enough.
I also want like a leaderboard. Like I'm assuming you say like Peacock. We've been watching on Peacock, and it's like in these events there's like no leaderboard. I'm like, what place is this like snowboarder in, and like how many, like what does he have to get to pass this person and that person? And I'm like, what more? I want to know more though of those details.
Yeah. All right.
I
Let's.
like the Canadian versions of it because they're like, all right, He's going to go on the count of 10 Mississauga. 1 Mississauga, 2 Mississauga, 3 Mississauga. I love the Canadians. All right, moving on.
Okay, on to the next one. All right. What grinds my gears? Nick's favorite segment where he gets to come on and be an old grumpy man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love just rattling. These all came to me within about 8 seconds. I just had them ready. You can start them, and I don't mind chiming in. And I think like anyone else wants to shed their light is good too.
Yeah, I think this first one's good. So, what grinds Nick's gears is when dogs are barking at him from a vehicle that's driving by. I think it's hilarious.
Scares the shit out of me.
It scares me too.
You probably think it's hilarious because you have a dog that does that.
Yeah.
It is like the most asshole dog owner thing ever to do.
Yeah.
Like
I would like
you
throw a
can't
shoe.
control
your dog.
You know, there's a window open and there's a person there. You know they're just gonna be minding their own business, and then right in the ear, like scare the shit right out of them. Like so startling,
Yeah,
and you're just laughing as you're driving up. No,
There's nothing better than coming up on a cyclist as they're going up a hill and you slowly come up beside them and your dog just loses his mind. And then you hit the gas and you just coal roll them with your truck.
Oh, that's a twofer.
I don't think I've ever had like, so when Nick, when you wrote this, I was thinking of like just those little dogs just like losing their mind just like as you're driving by.
It's a
didn't think
big
about-
loud dog that doesn't do anything, and then as soon as they're right beside your ear, they just bark so loud.
That's funny. All right.
Gang.
Nick, next one.
Groceries.
Yeah, groceries. Every few days, you got to think about what are you running low on? What do you not have enough on it? And then you got to go to the store or you got to get it ordered. Like groceries are the most time investment thing you probably just have to do and waste so much time on you don't even realize. I fucking hate it.
The getting groceries delivered has got to be worth it. Like I got to get in that habit because it's like
No.
it costs $20. Oh man, but
Don't
then
act-
sometimes they don't have half the shit you asked for, and then they give
Or
you
they
the
get some,
greenest
like-
bananas ever.
They give you the greenest bananas ever, yeah. Or they get you like 2 for 1. I'm like, I didn't want a buy one get one. Like I don't eat that many potatoes. They're just gonna grow more potatoes for like years under my pantry. Or they get you like a cut of meat, and I'm like, this is 90% fat, you asshole. I wanted a good ribeye. Amy does this all the time, and every time she's like, oh, well, I got that delivered. I'm like, would you stop having meat delivered and fruit delivered and maybe only boxed things that are in the center of the store delivered, like packaged items, like nothing that's perishable. Don't do it. Because then I'll get meat, and it's like going to expire in 2 days. I'm like, these assholes didn't even check the date.
No, they did, and then they wanted to get rid of the stuff better.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you 10% off for you, but we're going to charge them that 10%. Assholes. All right. Next one that grinds my gears is social media. Really grinds your hard because
the whole
the whole damn system that I have to participate in all the time and get ripped a new one just for trying to talk about a product I use or having a company have my back, and then people are like, you piece of shit, how dare you?
They're like, well, actually, I had a shitty day, so I'm gonna just fucking rip you a new one for no reason.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
Remember
Social
the time
media
where
is
you just got absolutely hosed for having your legs crossed?
Yeah, I still get
was
people comment on
hilarious.
that almost every week.
People are like, well, this guy crosses his legs, like he's probably gay or something. It's like, guys, you're the worst.
I don't think they're real people. I think they're just bots. Like there's like bot communities also that are on the internet that have their own religions and shit. I realize that. I don't think
Their
they're
own
real people half the
religions?
time.
Dude,
Yeah.
There's like,
There's-
have you ever seen like an AI video that seems to be like posted from a bot and then all the comments are just bots and you're like, they have their own ecosystem. Like they completely just like live amongst each other.
And they're living a good life in there, and they're going to eventually get real in touch with themselves and take our shit over. I've seen The Matrix.
Okay, but also like there's the AI actresses and stuff and actors that are like
Get 'em
becoming
outta
a
here.
thing. But like pretty soon they're not going to need like athletes and influencers for like these ads because they can
I don't
just
know.
create like
I don't know.
I heard a pretty strong statistic that like OpenAI and all these like the AIs that are trying to replicate a human experience, like those are not being taken in, and they're just losing millions every day. Not only do the data centers cost so much money and they're wasting so much water, but people just aren't using it. I think OpenAI and all these products are way better for workflow to help us do things quicker, faster, and easier. But I want to see real people. I want to have a real, like anytime I watch an airplane, I have like this real thing about airplanes on reels and stuff. I'm like, that's not even a real airplane. That's just an AI F-22 doing a flip. I'm like, why is this shit here? Give me a real airplane, dummies. Anyways, that was mine.
So what grinds Nick's gears is technology.
Get it out of here. Give me a hand pump. I don't want any of these vibration electronic pumps anymore. All right. Chains that are not waxed, get them out of here. Everyone, you wax your chain or you don't even come to my house.
That's a good rule. My kids will be waxing their chains.
So like my TT bike's chain is waxed. My gravel bike is not. And most of like now I'm too far into the hole where if I want to wax it, I need to completely strip like the whole thing. And that process takes a long time.
No, it isn't. You just set it and forget it in the vibration heater thing. You just
but
flip
you
it
have
over
to
every
do
10
like
minutes.
your pulleys, the cassette, the big cassette.
Well, when you wax it, Lisa, you only have to do that like every 6 months or like for only race stuff.
Yeah, so I'm just not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna wax my gravel bike because it's too much work.
Well, a lot of bike shops are waxing chains and stuff like that now, so you can maybe have them do that when they do your tubeless tires. You freaking waste of space. Can't even do your own maintenance. Jackson's muted over there for some reason.
Oh, because he was eating.
He was eating.
Oh, that was your fault. Lisa just totally listened to what Nick said and just like, yeah, I'm going to completely disregard that.
That's the best. That's why we love her. We got to have her.
All right, I'll take this next one because I think I
who
strongly
owns this
agree with
one.
this one. Getting sick. There was a time when I started working again where I was getting sick like every month, and it's because I just wasn't exposed to the general populace because we just came back from COVID. And I was sick all the time, and it drives me freaking nuts because it was like every week. And yeah, it just drives me nuts. So when Nick dropped this on there, I was like, yeah, I can get behind that.
Tired of other people getting sick around me. My wife is the worst sick person. I hate it.
Hate it. I mentioned Steve's been sick for like a month on and off, essentially. And this is all from because he's been traveling a ton. It's not from work. Like he works in an ER where he like sees people daily with like rhinovirus and COVID and whatever plague that's going on. And I never get sick when he brings it home. But when he goes and travels, he like brings this extra thing into the house, and then we both get sick. But do you think there's something behind like him going to the ER, getting like slightly microdosed with these things and like bringing it home, and like I'm getting slightly microdosed with like rhinovirus and my immune system's getting stronger?
You should be open to that. It's great. I mean,
yeah, he's definitely getting like microdosed with it and getting like building his immunity. Morgan was the same. She worked on the COVID floor. She never got COVID.
Whoa.
Yeah. Or if she did, she just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And she never gets sick. She never gets sick. I've never seen that woman sick because she's exposed to everything all day. And I mean, I work in a hospital now too, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I haven't been sick in a long time, so it's been nice.
Yeah,
maybe you are there then.
Maybe.
Every time I leave the men's bathroom, I see there's like people washing their hands. I'm like, dumb. Why would you do that? Those germs are good for you. Jackson almost spit out his drink.
How dare you wipe the shit off your hands with soap?
Well, the one thing that I was taught as a child is to don't wipe your ass with your hand. Okay, so there's that step number one solved. No shit on your hand. And also, don't pee on your hands. Okay, step number two. Look at my hands are pretty okay. Jeez.
All right, I'm going to start that tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be... I think also since I was in the Air Force and I got so many vaccinations and shit that I just am immune to most things.
Bunch of secret vaccinations that's not accessible to the general populace.
Yeah.
Ooh. Lisa, this must be yours. This last one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. how are we supposed to compete with people that have massive boobies or like so fit or like these stunning,
You can buy those.
beautiful buy them.
They're fun.
Like that we're competing with that are also influencers under like the same brand, and they just make videos with flaunting their bodies. Like how are my ads going to compete with that? It
Okay,
makes
so
me feel
Lisa's
like I
currently
just-
calling out Nick Chase right now.
No,
Yeah.
this is grinding Nick's gears too, okay?
It is. It
'Cause
grinds
he
my.
doesn't have boobs. So,
I do, but and they're out there, and everyone sees them, but nobody cares. All right, no one
Yeah.
wants them. They're not like this big like thing that people are like, "Ooh, what's under that shirt? What's kind of nipples you got?"
so I
You just
think
see
I
'em.
don't know, Lisa. I could just we should do an advertisement right now. If you see ads, people that are underdressed, just skip it. Just skip it, and then the algorithm will make it less popular, and then it'll show you people like Lisa who have awesome dance moves and wear full clothing.
I've
Yeah.
actually been doing that, and it's working. My Discover page has no women on it. It's just like bikes and
Men.
cars and funny stuff.
Actually, that is like a really funny activity if you go to like your Instagram and pull up your like Discover, like what it shows.
Oh my gosh! At one time, I was like, "This is like porn. Why is this like?" There's just and OnlyFans people. I was like, "What? I got to get out of here!" And like, I just changed my whole experience, and now it's been PG.
Also, I think I watched like one pimple popping video, and right
Ew.
now it's
All
like
right.
pimple. It's my For You
What do you
page is
mean?
pimple
Ew.
popping.
Those are the
Pass or
best
smash on
videos.
that. I'm gonna pass.
Oh,
Ooh.
smash. Nothing like
Brody.
this good old pimple.
All right.
That and it's dogs in
Postulous
bathtubs
pop.
and figure skating and winter skiing.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna have to skip our spins our crank.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, probably. We that's again
There's
3
too
for
many.
3. Maybe we just too many segments, guys, and maybe we'll flip flop between what grinds my gears and what spins my crank. So you know that we're not always negative.
Yeah, I want to do the positive ones next week. But before we start to wrap this up, I know all of us at one point within our careers have been taking Pillar Triple Magnesium, and honestly, it has been a game changer for sleep and recovery. I actually love the flavor of that stuff. It takes about 30 minutes before bed. The same way you might start to wind yourself down or get like a coffee in the morning, you can do this at night when you go to bed, like your same reverse of winding up, you're going to wind down. And Pillar's been great for me, especially when I travel. I use their vitamins. I liked even that crushed eggshell thing that helps with like even bone density stuff. Like Jan Frodeno was using that. So all of the Pillar stuff, we've been getting a lot of it, for free because they hook us up. So we're stoked on that. But it's also been part of I didn't get it for free for a long time when I was buying it. So we have a great deal with Pillar. And if you want to try it and you've never had a Pillar Performance opportunity with triple magnesium, which is great for your muscles to recover at night, just kind of helps your body relax. And sometimes it even helps you poop, which is great. Anybody have a good magnesium poop on this pod?
Does it really?
Yeah. It helps loosen the stool just a little bit.
Yeah, but I also think it helps to absorb or do something with vitamin D. I'd have to do
Helps with
research. on that.
some certain arrhythmias. It makes it
Yeah,
less
for sure.
likely. For me, I take it and I notice my arrhythmia doesn't happen as much.
And if you want to try it, use the code REALTRY15. It'll be in the show notes. That'll be for your 15% off for your first time purchase. Thanks, Pillar, for having our back and being one of our first ever ad reads on the podcast. And I know that sometimes I fast forward ad reads, but I just did one. And if you fast forward that crap, get out. It'll
And
grind my gears.
next time on the podcast, Nick is going to sing it in a jingle. So look out for that ad read because it's 100% going to be even more entertaining. Or maybe a rap.
No, I'll
He's
falsetto
gonna
it.
do it with his shirt off next time.
Gonna watch
Tune
on YouTube
in.
then.
No, I think if men really wanted to take over the universe, we would start wearing tank tops all the time that we never showed our cleavage. Just like women, we cover that shit up. We wear bros. And that way, when we do finally reveal it, it's like, ooh, I never see that part of the body of a male. So we've got the power male. We just got to stop giving it away for free. Look at the women have done it. We can start. I think we got to get on that train. It's been working for them. Look at it.
All right. We'll start wearing a bra in the pool.
Yeah. All right. That was a great episode. Thanks for hanging around this long. Who wants to take us out with a nice thank you update sequence.
Lisa.
All right. Thank you for listening. If you like the podcast, share it with a friend. Watch it on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow along, follow us on Instagram. The season's about to kick off, so we're going to get, even more exciting stuff happening all over the world. And with that, thanks for being here. Peace.
Oh. Peace out.